Hello and welcome to the channel. We're driving our camper van from the UK all the way to Argentina. This week we find ourselves directly in the path of a Category 3 hurricane, right in the middle of one of the most scenic drives in the world, the Cabot Trail in Canada. Welcome to episode 6. Today we are officially starting the Cabot Trail. This is meant to be one of the most spectacular drives in the whole world and one of the most beautiful drives in the whole of Canada. This is one of the things that we've been waiting to do ever since we arrived in Nova Scotia. It's kind of like what the NC 500 is for Scotland. It's just an unmissable 300-kilometre loop drive that takes you across some of the most incredible spectacular scenery that Nova Scotia has to offer. We are parked up in a little car park south of the trail and we are ready to hit the road. Are you guys ready to hit the Cabot Trail? River's like, I'm just ready to get out of the van, please. Come on then. It's only 10 minutes into our drive, but a few of you have recommended the Clucking Hen Bakery. Apparently we have to try some butter tarts from here. So that's going to be our first stop, get us fueled up for the drive. We've got 2 pecan butter tarts.
You can peek and bloody see it, it's tiny.
So we'll have them with us later.
Oh, you were kidding me, are you? We're not having it now?
No.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna wait.
Back on the road then.
Back on the road. So for the first time since arriving in Nova Scotia, it is starting to look really mountainous. Gone are like the flat forests, and instead we're just surrounded by forested hills, these deep valleys, and then the road is just winding through it all. We've officially entered Cape Breton Highlands National Park. This is apparently where all the moose are.
Yeah.
We also have zero phone signal. We don't have offline maps, so we're resorting to the paper map that we picked up at the visitor centre. Now, there is so much to do on the Cabot Trail, like an almost infinite amount of hikes and lookout points and things to go and see. What we're doing does not cover all of that, so we just picked a few things that we really want to do that look awesome. First on the list is Black Brook Beach.
Black Brook
which has got a waterfall on it apparently, which sounds cool.
Okay, so...
And basically we just follow this road round. It's not really much mappage required. We've made it to Black Brook Beach. It is absolutely beautiful. It's this little bay with these big red rocks as the cliff. We can't actually see the waterfall, I think because the tide is so high, but I think if we scramble up over these rocks and go around the corner, we might be able to glimpse it. I'm guessing it's not very strong with it being the end of summer. I don't think you guys can get around to see, unfortunately. How does it look?
It looks amazing, doesn't it?
So I imagine when the tide is out you can obviously get a lot closer to it, but that's really pretty. How are you guys up there? This is where we are now, and we're gonna go all the way up here to a place called White Point. There's apparently a really nice little hike, so I think we're gonna drive up here, have some lunch, do the hike, and then continue up this way. God, imagine living out here. It must be so remote.
This is remote, isn't it?
We just made it to White Point Harbour. This place is amazing. We're just surrounded by like cliffs and mountains, and we're gonna have a bite to eat, and then I think we're gonna get on the hike.
Yeah, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So you fancy a new coat on, yeah? Which, why tell everyone why you've got a new coat?
Because I was walking Scout with my other one, and I had the lead around my wrist in my pocket, and he ran and chased something, and it pulled my arm, and it went.
Yes, Scout. Stay, good boy. So, should we get ready to get on this walk?
Yes.
Should I carry the rucksack?
Yeah.
I'm trying to walk around and have a look.
Do you want to tell people what? So basically this camper behind us, I've got the Max Tracks on the roof rack.
Yeah, so we've got Max Tracks and they sit at the moment on the chair when we're driving, and we put them in the front when we're not. and it irritates me to shit. I want to mount them. I tried mounting them where the sup board is, but it didn't work. Failed massively. So I bought some big bolts to bolt them in onto the rear wheel. Massively failed as well. So now I'm going to try and rig them up to sit on these 3 bars here. But if anyone's got any ideas, or any, if anyone's got any amazing ideas how to mount them onto the back of the tyres, that don't need the ratchet straps, and I don't have to buy the Max Trax mount, which is like £300, then let me know.
Let's try these little tarts, shall we? So this is a pecan butter tart from the Clucking Hen Bakery. That is dangerously good.
So good.
Some of the roads getting up to this northern part of Cape Breton are a little bit on the rough side. Obviously it freezes here in the winter and it's very wet and cold and it just destroys the tarmac. It's why a lot of the roads in Canada are those like gravel roads. It's not because they don't want to tarmac them, it's just there's no point tarmacking them because the tarmac just gets ripped up in the ice. And just as I was talking about the tarmac road, the tarmac has ended.
I love how it said pavement ends, and then literally split second later, bang, gone.
It ends. There's not really a warning, it's just like surprise.
Pavement ends in 100 metres or whatever, it's just pavement ends now, bang.
Wow.
Oh, it's cold, isn't it?
Wow, look at that.
Well, this is not bad, is it? Not bad for the night.
I think it's fair to say that autumn has well and truly arrived to Cape Breton. Last night or this morning we were absolutely freezing. So we need to make sure that our diesel heater is running okay. We haven't used it in a long time.
There might be some carbon on the actual heater thing which will burn off. And we'll just have to just run it really high to burn that off.
Yeah.
That'll be fine. Winter is coming.
So yeah, I think we're gonna call this home for the night. Go what Scout's done to my cup. Honestly, that dog is this close to going on the next flight back to Turkey. He's broken my cup, he's ripped my plant to shreds, he's broken 2 microphones, used them as complete chew toys, damaged our GoPro microphone, and ripped my coat. We have been watching some whales and dolphins this morning just out in the bay. The sea is so much calmer today, so you can really see them. They're just like chilling here. They're not really going anywhere.
They're all swimming around together, aren't they?
Yeah, they're all around together and they'll disappear for a bit and then they'll appear, but yeah, it's been awesome.
Nice way to start the morning, wasn't
it? Yeah, there's apart from a gunshot that went off and some hunter that was clearly hunting something like literally just behind us. We could see him running through the trees. I don't think he caught anything. So this is the road to Meat Cove, which apparently is this amazing little cove that we have to go and see. So we're gonna pack up this morning, we're gonna head further up the road to Meat Cove. And yeah, maybe go for a little morning hike. So last night we had a lovely Swiss couple stay next to us in their camper, and they were saying that while you can camp at Meat Cove overnight, it was so busy, that's why they ended up coming back down to where we were because it was much quieter. We have just seen like almost a constant stream of cars and motorhomes come down from up here. So it'll be interesting to see how busy it is now because there's already been just so many cars coming back down from last night. Wow.
beautiful's that?
That's Meat Cove down here, and the car park is down a pretty steep slope, and it looks pretty chocker, to be fair. So with all the camp vans and all the trailers, that car park was chocker. There was absolutely no room for us to turn around, never mind park. So we didn't get to see Meat Cove Beach, unfortunately. However, the drive is absolutely mind-blowing. That is worth it alone just for the drive there. The road is awful, but it is...
The road is awful, but it is worth it. You just have to drive really slow.
Yeah, it's a little bit shaky, but it is just this huge mountains, and you're just driving straight through the valley, and it is so beautiful. So yeah, shame we didn't get to the beach, but it was worth it for the drive alone.
Right toward Nova Scotia Trunk 30, then turn left onto Nova Scotia Trunk 30.
There you are, Fiona waterfall. Wow! Wow! We stumbled across this impressive 20-metre high waterfall by chance. Beulah Ban means White Gorge in Gaelic, which is still spoken today on Cape Breton thanks to the Scottish settlers who arrived here centuries ago.
So it's home to black bears, moose and coyotes. And we've seen zilch, diddly squat. Have we, guys?
This one looks like a little coyote. Don't you, River?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, I've got you, I've got you. I have you.
I'm not straight.
Oh, we know.
Okay.
Put your legs in front of me. It is like Jurassic Park.
Yeah, that is phenomenal.
Firstly, if you get attacked by a coyote, don't run. Or if you see one, don't run. Move back slowly, act big, and then beat the shit out of it with a stick.
Is that what it
says? Fight back. If a coyote attacks, shout, throw stones, and use whatever is available to defend yourself. So I'll be using you.
Ain't no coyotes getting past me. We're making our way out to a waterfall called Macintosh Brook. We are walking through the most incredible birch forest. It is just like silver birches everywhere. It looks so, so magical. Can't forget my coyote stick. River thinks it's her stick that I'm about to throw for her. One thing we do love about the Cabot Trail is how there are lots of like shorter, beautiful hikes. So while there are bigger hikes of like, you know, 6, 7, 8 miles, there's so many of these little small 1-2 kilometer hikes to waterfalls and viewpoints. And it just means you haven't got to commit yourself to like one big hike, and you can actually go and see lots of different things, which is exactly what we've done today. Saying that, we are definitely doing the Skyline, which is a 7-kilometer hike, and it's meant to be incredible. It is the hike to do here, so we definitely are doing that one. Oh, Canada! Look at that! Maybe down there. We pretty much made it round the loop now of the Cabot Trail. We're on the other side of it in a place called Pleasant Bay, and it is rather pleasant.
It is very pleasant.
It's beautiful, in fact. We've got a nice long beach for the dogs to run on, And yeah, it's just backed by these huge forested mountains. The cliffs are falling into the sea. So, we are aware of Hurricane Fiona tracking towards Cape Breton and tracking exactly where we are. It's currently in the Caribbean, and they reckon that by the time it reaches here it's going to be a tropical cyclone, but that basically we need to kind of be out of the area. Now, it's not due to hit here for another 4 or 5 days. We should be gone in the next 2, so we should be well out of here by the time the hurricane hits, if it does. However, we're just sat here chilling, and the wind has picked up like crazy. Like, it is rocking the van. We've just taken the dogs out and it is like blowing a gale outside. So I've just checked online just to make sure that everything's okay. And now here, just for this little strip of coastline on this west side of Cape Breton, is a southeasterly wind warning. It's only going to last until tomorrow, but yeah, winds up to 90 kilometers an hour. We are right on the coast, but there's no like swell or anything. It's just a wind warning. We're not near any trees, so I think we'll be okay here. The Starlink is up on the roof, and
it's okay there at the moment.
Do you reckon it's okay?
I think it's there. If it's fine for the moment, it's wedged. The feet and everything are wedged in. But if it gets worse, I'll bring it in. Yeah.
Do you reckon like before bed we should probably bring it in?
Oh bloody hell!
It's like shaking the van.
I know. Oh,
how did everyone sleep last night?
oh, not well at all. What a night. I've never experienced wind like that, or stomach. No, I've never, like, that gale force wind last night was unbelievable. I can just only imagine what, like,
That cyclone.
Cyclone or hurricane is like. Let's go!
We've been bunkered in here all day. The wind has finally died down and we're gonna have the most amazing sunset. The skies have cleared and tomorrow is definitely going to be the calm before the storm. We have been watching what's happening with Hurricane Fiona and we just wanted to let you know what our plan is for the next couple of days, because we basically need to get the hell off Cape Breton Island. So just wanted to say thank you to everyone who has messaged us to let us know about the hurricane if we didn't know already, and for those of you on Cape Breton who have offered us a place to stay if we need it. Our current plan is to leave tomorrow. So last night we had the strong winds, they've died down now. We didn't really want to drive back today along the Cabot Trail because the route back is along a cliff top road and we're on like the drop side of it with these stupidly strong winds in a high top van. It just didn't make any sense to leave today. Tomorrow looks like the calm before the storm. Everything dies down. The weather looks kind of okay, doesn't it? So we are planning on leaving tomorrow. We plan on doing the Skyline Trail first thing in the morning and then making a 5 to 6 hour drive off Cape Breton, because on Saturday morning or Friday night it keeps changing. The hurricane is gonna hit and it looks like it's gonna be bad, and it looks like it's gonna be bad everywhere. So we are going to try and get as far west as we can, west into the mainland, probably around the Annapolis Valley again, and try and find somewhere to bunker down and just ride it out for the weekend. Well, we picked the best day to do the Skyline Trail.
We should have left like yesterday.
We should, yeah, but it was so windy all the way through until 4:30.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The Skyline Trail gives you amazing views, and we have woken up in the thickest cloud. I'm hoping it magically clears in the next 2 hours, but we're just gonna go for it anyway and see what happens. It is not going to be the most beautiful skyline walk, but I think we can't not do it while we're here. No dogs allowed on the walk. So this is the car park. There's approximately 3 people. As crazy as us. Well, it's a marvellous day for a hike. Look at this.
It's a bit wet, isn't it?
Do you know what? The moose are not as stupid as us. I don't think they're going to be out in this. If I was a moose, I would not be out in this. I'd be hiding under a bush somewhere.
Well, why are we out in this then?
I don't know. See all of the scenery.
Viewpoint. Let's have a look, shall we? Oh! Yeah. Dense fog on this viewpoint. That's beautiful, isn't it? Look at that. Jeez. That's like 24 karat gold view, that. This is where you see like all the Instagram photos and all the photos online. This is what you see.
We just met one of the other crazy couples doing this walk in this weather, and they said the same as us. They were like, we're here, it would be mad not to. Who knows, that the mist might have cleared. It was just worth a shot, and that's exactly why we did it. They're heading back to Halifax tonight to escape the hurricane too. They've actually had to cancel all of their plans for Cape Breton. They only arrived the other day, so that's a big shame for them. We're just really lucky that we've had an amazing time here already, and yeah, it just gives us a reason to come back.
Keep going all the way down, but I don't think there's any point because you just go, you can't see, you see less and less and less.
What is that?
Just let me know which lookouts you want me to stop at so you can get some footage.
Yeah, these are the best views of the Cabot Trail, apparently. Look, we've just come down out the mist, and you can see the Cabot Trail there. It's just like this little ribbon across the cliff top. It is hands down one of the most epic drives we've ever done, isn't it?
It's been absolutely phenomenal.
You can see why it's like ranked as like one of the best drives in the world.
So it's time now to head south and get out of the way of this hurricane. Hunker down for the weekend.
And that was it, the end of the 300-kilometre Cabot Trail. Now it was time to drive 6 hours west towards the Annapolis Valley, one of the areas least likely to be badly affected by the approaching Hurricane Fiona. Okay, so we've officially made it off Cape Breton. We've been driving for about, what, 2 or 3 hours now?
3 hours.
3 hours now. Before we settle down for the weekend, we need to get some food and we also need to get some water. I found a spot on iOverlander that's behind a Shell petrol station. They've got a water tap. So fingers crossed we can use it and we'll get some petrol while we're there. And then yeah, we should be making a beeline towards the Annapolis. What did I say? Oh no, diesel, not petrol. It's 4:30 and it is really dark. It's been raining all afternoon. There's no wind at the minute, but it's meant to roll in early hours of this morning. We are stocked up on water. We filled it with water yesterday, went and did a little food shop. In fact, talking about food, are we in Nova Scotia yet? We have storm chips.
Storm chips.
I had
storm chips, apparently.
So many of you have commented being like, you need to go out and get your storm chips, make sure you've got your storm chips. And I'm like, what the hell are storm chips? Do I need is it a specific type of chip or crisp if you're from the UK? Is it a specific type of crisp, or is it like, what is a storm chip? And it's just basically crisps that you buy during a storm that makes them storm chips. The idea is that you can just eat crisps and watch the storm, basically. So we've got our storm chips. They're an Atlantic Canada thing, apparently. These may never be storm chips because Ben has already got into them.
I think they're going to be pre-storm chips.
It's going to be pre-storm chips.
Yeah, they're just going to be chips.
Yeah, so yeah, we're just in a car park, away from trees, away from any like pylons and tall things, and yeah, see how this high top van holds up in the wind, shall we?
It's going to be a very hard hit here tonight, and this is going to end up being one of the strongest systems on record for the northeastern maritime of northeastern Canada. So here's Halifax, here's Cape Breton.
Is everyone going stir crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Are you right? Everyone's going mad. What are you doing, Scout?
Twerk it, twerk it, twerk it. Got a twerking dog. So I think it's safe to say, I think it's safe to say that last night we were possibly in one of the best places we could have been for the hurricane. We were pretty much unscathed. We had a lot of rain and some strong winds, which is why these guys are so hyper, because they didn't manage to get out much yesterday. But compared to a lot of other places in Atlantic Canada, yeah, we didn't really feel much of an effect from the hurricane, apart from a lot of rain. So
yeah, it's a good place to be.
It was a good place to be. This, I can't think, where are we? Wolfsville.
New Minus.
New Minus. Walmart car park was the place to be last night.
The weather's still pretty horrible, I'm not gonna lie. We don't really want to go out in it today, so I think we're gonna stay where we are for the next day or so, let the storm roll through, see what all the damage has been, and then just play it by ear and go from there, really. Also just wanted to say a massive thank you to everyone who reached out, offered us a place to stay, offered up their homes, their driveways. We must have had maybe 20 or 30 offers of places to bunker down and be safe from the hurricane. So just an example of how amazing Nova Scotians are and their incredible warmth and hospitality. And yeah, this is our last week in Nova Scotia as well. What a way to end it, hey? So yeah, what an amazing place this has been to kickstart this big adventure of ours, and it's even given us our first hurricane. So I think we're gonna go and finish off our storm chips.
Yep.
And we'll catch you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.